This is my first review, and the sample I got is Atkins Proven Delicious Satisfying Your. My free quick start kit is here. On the cover it looks like some kind of green bar and some kind of drink. Truly satisfying. I mean, it's a nice box. It's nice and sturdy, so I'll give them that. The packaging is pretty sturdy. Get started today. My ex was into Atkins. I don't think I ever really tasted it. I'm not into diet food, so I predict that it's going to be nasty. Try delicious new frozen meals on the back of the box. I tore off my address. That actually looks pretty good. So let's see what's in the box. Nice. A full bar. Cranberry almond bar. That looks pretty nice. We're going to try this. It's a morning snack or a light breakfast. Daybreak. So I'm going to rate this from 1 to 10. I have to say they get a 5 off the bat just for not sending me like a few bites or something. Like it's a pretty full bar. You could share this with somebody. And I have pretty big hands. Another bar. It seems a little smaller. And it is just by a little bit. It is a caramel nut chew bar. Yeah, so it's 1 ounce. This is 1.2 ounce. This is Indulge, a treat. Alright, looks like a Milky Way wouldn't. So I'm gonna have to give them a 6 for that off the bat. 7. And this was just at their website. This wasn't no special promotion. It was just you liked their Facebook page and they sent you a sample. I just thought it would be a sample of. Actually, I didn't know what the sample was going to be. So three bars are pretty nice. This is the meal. It's a chocolate peanut butter bar. Not sure how that's a meal, but you can clearly see the word meal right there. And this is 2.1 ounces. So this is clearly the biggest of all 3. This is pretty much these two put together. So chocolate and peanut butter is the meal. The dessert, you have the caramel nut chew bar. And later on, or for breakfast, you have the cranberry almond bar. Pretty sure I'm not gonna sit here and try all 3 of these. Alright, so what else comes in here? There's a carb counter and acceptable food list. Alright. Wow. This is like 65 pages. I have to give them props on that. Acceptable food list. How to use the Atkins carb counter. Acceptable food list again. What to avoid. Just a lot of stuff to get you familiar with it. Apparently it's serious business. Just looks like how many carbs are in certain meats. So you'll know how to count the carbs that's in your meats. And then your bacon ingredients. Bacon ingredients seems to have a lot of carbs as compared to the meats. Although I'm not sure what a lot of carbs is exactly. I need to brush up on that. But most of these meats, net carbs, as far as you have a couple of ounces. I think most meat doesn't have any carbs except for pork. This is an interesting book. Your presentation, and I'm not even done. And on top of that, if I like any of this stuff, there's a $1 off coupon. Now I'm going to start documenting the samples and recording what I think about them, because I just get so many and I always get asked, what do I think about so and so? So I might as well tell you. I go into this with no prior knowledge of it. If I had prior knowledge of it, then I would tell you. Like I said, my ex used to be on Atkins, but of course, you know, I wasn't trying to hear any of that noise. I'm not into diets, although I should be. I should be counting my carbs at least. But so on top of that, we have this Welcome to Atkins mini flyer. Thank you for trying it. And they break down what the 3 bars are about. $6 in special offer coupons. Alright, we got a free online community, free mobile app, all this other crap. Alright, so it's a nice little flyer to get you familiar with what they sent you. And you get a quick start guide. And this is where the rest of the coupons are on the back. And it's just a nice little paper booklet. Talk about the app. Has a picture of Sharon. I believe that's Sharon Osbourne, Ozzy Osbourne's wife, on one of those talking heads morning shows that I don't know the name of because I don't watch it. Kind of looks like a mannequin on here. She actually looks a little creepy. Nice presentation. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is say, before I even taste this, out of a 1 to 10, with the $6 in coupons, the carb counter book, even the box presentation, the quick start guide and whatever that is, and the fact that they give you 3 samples, I'm going to give them, I'll give them an 8 out of 10 because I'm really impressed. Because I've gotten samples like cologne samples and it's not even enough. So first I'm going to try the cranberry almond bar, which they suggest as a morning snack and light breakfast. 10 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and only 2 G's of net carbs. But like I said, since I'm not into this stuff, I'm not expecting much. Here we go. But as far as the way it looks, I'm not into yogurt that looks like yogurt at the bottom. It looks kind of artsy, so it doesn't smell diet. But alright, let's taste it. It's kind of soft, kind of chewy, which is good. I like that. I expected it to be like hard and crunchy and nasty, but it's chewy. Out of a 1 to 10, I'll give this about a 7. I don't even eat these because I generally think granola bars are kind of nasty. I don't hate them, but I don't like them either. Maybe it's a higher score because I expected it to be nasty. And it's not. I wouldn't pay full price for this. That's the first thought on the top of my head. But I would pick these up if they were on sale. And I'd feel pretty good about eating them. This is the meal chocolate peanut butter bar. With all that chocolate goodness. That chocolate goodness. Now that looks good to the ladies. It just looks like a big piece of solid chocolate. Alright, taste test number 2. Y'all saw how this is a meal? This is extremely soft. This tastes like I'm eating a Reese's cup. This is motherfucking good. Excuse my French. I was pleasantly surprised by this. Even though that I read that it's a chocolate and peanut butter bar, I didn't even think to associate this with a Reese's cup. Although it's a little off, not as good as a Reese's cup, but definitely close enough. This is a meal, 17 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, only 2 grams of net carbs. Not sure how that's a meal or if it would fill you up. But as far as taste goes, and it's pretty thick too. If Reese's is a 10, I'll give this an 8.5. It's that good. It's not that far off. So I was extremely pleasantly surprised by that. So now I have expectations after that. Since this is supposed to be the treat, that was the treat so far. And by treat, I mean this is the caramel nut chew bar, which now I want to make comparisons to maybe 3 Musketeers. This has 1 gram of sugars, 130 calories, 2 grams of carbs. Actually, this is the first one that lists the calories on it. These don't. I didn't notice that. Yeah, these just say 1 gram of sugar. And this says 1 gram of sugar. This says 1 gram of sugar, but it also says 130 calories. So instead of calories on these two, they give you the protein, which is 17 grams and 10 grams. So there's no protein on this one, at least not in the front, as advertised on the first two. But I have expectations that this is good. As expected. Alright, so I'm back. My root camera cut off. The batteries died. I will leave off. It might be a break in maybe lighting or even voice tone because that was 2 days ago when I was tasting these. But I did a quick review and I just remembered I was on the last one, which is the morning snack light breakfast daybreak cranberry almond bar. And when I took a bite of it, no, actually, I guess it wasn't this one. That was the first one I took. It was this one. Yeah, I remember, because I don't think it tasted a little like Snickers / Three Musketeers, but about 2% bitterness, which isn't bad. So I guess I was just gonna wrap this up anyway. So I don't really have a system yet as a first review, so I'll just do just like a generic standard of 1 through 10. For the presentation, I'll give them a 10. As I stated before, you get all this paperwork, you get coupons, you get the nice advertisement, and you get 3 separate, and very informative. They give you the a picture of it on top. Very colorful wrapper. It's not cheap. It doesn't feel cheap. You get the nutritional facts in the back if you want to read that. Presentation, from 1 to 10, I will give them a 9. I don't know what's the one thing that would have gave them a 10. They give you 3 full samples. They give you, what was that, $5-6 in coupons, just in case you liked it. Start guides that goes from week to week to let you know about the diet, I suppose, to get you hooked in, get their talents in you. And it gives you a carb counter. Now say, even if I wasn't interested in the Atkins diet, I like that they give you this carb counter just for a general reference. So pretty cool. And I'll give them a 10 on sample volume, if that would even be a category. Get your samples worth in 3 full bars and 3 whole different tastes. So they get a 9. I would have felt like, I think the 10 just would have been just mind blowing, but if they would have just like added a drink to go with it, you know, to just complement the full meal. But I mean, it's not like I needed it, but just that I see it on the box. So yeah, they get a 9 out of 10 for that. And the taste of the sample itself, I'll just give them all. Now, I'm not a fan of granola bars. I'm not a fan of meal bars. But I was pleasantly surprised because I'm not a fan of diet. You know, I'm meat and potatoes. I eat candy like I'm a child. You know, I drink soda pop. I mean, I drink water too, but I drink soda pop, lots of juice. I'm just an average guy. I'm not, you know, I'm not looking at carbs and I'm not looking at calories when I go shop. I just, you know, I'm at the grocery store. That tastes good, that tastes good, that tastes good, put it in the cart. You know, my stomach pays for it later. No, my health pays for it later. All that just to say, I'm basing this off of just how I think it tastes, no matter what. Now, me not being a fan of diet food, which of course lowered my expectations. All 3 of them together, out of a 1 to 10 score, a 7. Now, that probably doesn't sound like a lot, but I was expecting a 3. So just go from there. Like, I don't enjoy granola bars. So if you're actually into this, you'll probably like this way more than I did. Will I buy it? No, unless it was on sale. And because of this sample, if I see it on sale, I would buy it on that case. Now, I wouldn't go to the store looking for it. If I was shopping around with a grocery cart, I wouldn't go to an aisle looking for it. But if there was just an exceptional deal like, oh, 50% off, there's a 50% chance that I would pick them up, as opposed to a 0% chance of me even paying these things attention before the sample. And this is the first video, and it definitely won't be the last. The Quick Start Atkins review.